Well, I'm Anna Khan. I'm a general partner at CRV, which is a 51-year-old fund. We're currently on our 18th fund, investing out of a $600 million early stage fund. And we invest kind of everything from idea to IPO. And we want to be sort of that institutional partner that joins you with an idea and a product and a dream, and will help you sort of grow the company, till you exit or IPO or build a massive company. And in terms of where we invest in all sectors, but I'd say our focus is very much enterprise software, and that's everything from application software, infrastructure, dev tools, and healthcare.
Do you interact with Pakistani founders and VC fund managers, and what's your take on the whole ecosystem?
Yeah, well, from the time when I first started in venture, which was almost 10 years ago, I was definitely a minority in that I was one of very, very few. In fact, I could only count on one hand investors that were Pakistani or had any sort of Pakistani network. And that thankfully is changing. Now there are many people with Pakistani backgrounds that are investing at kind of global US-based firms. That's one change, which is really great. And then the other change I would say is actually Pakistani-based entrepreneurs, whether they're based in Pakistan or in the US, with a very significant team that's growing out of Pakistan. Keep Trucking is an amazing example of a multi-billion-dollar valuation company that had a lot of its foundation both in engineering and customer success based out of Pakistan. And I think a lot of other companies are trying to mimic that. One, because the talent is so incredible in Pakistan on the engineering and customer success front, and two, that in this kind of crazy war for talent, actually building a team in Pakistan is very economical. And with the sort of rapid move to kind of digital communication and working from home, that it's much more normal to do meetings and stand-ups and collaboration through Zoom. And so the teams that used to feel very alone based out of a Pakistan office are now feeling much more integrated with teams based out of Pakistan, which is great. I think what we still need to see, which we haven't seen yet, is a company that is built for the Pakistani market first and foremost, and not just a Pakistani kind of outpost for engineering. And I think once that happens, we'll see, truly the renaissance for the Pakistani ecosystem, which I think should happen very, very soon.
Okay. What would you tell foreign investors looking to invest into Pakistan?
Yeah, I think the number one thing, at least living in the US now for many years, that still surprises me is people don't know the sheer size and magnitude of Pakistan. They see it on a map, they assume it's kind of a small country, but it's a country of 216 million people. And it's a country that is very tech oriented. It's starting to have rampant kind of internet and mobile penetration, and actually has a very young population. And so when you take those three things and sort of put them together, any investor on paper would say that's actually an incredible population for tech innovation. So those are sort of the positive things at play. I would say the things we still have to improve on or work on is a lot of the global investor base. The elephant in the room is that they believe that there needs to be more stability in Pakistan, that there needs to be more infrastructure created around kind of the tech economy. And I think, whether it's our government leadership or whether it's, people like myself and others that are based in the US that can paint a positive light for Pakistan, we have to work together to sort of tell investors that Pakistan is ready. And I would say the other thing is, in the US, there's an incredible form of innovation, but I would say, technology is already in its sort of and everyone would differ as to what number they would give, but I would say it's sort of in its, sixth, seventh wave, right? First wave was internet, then smartphone penetration, then it was sort of moving commerce online. Now sort of the new wave is cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and even that is so incredibly penetrated. When you go to emerging markets, I would say that, even those first layers of penetration and kind of mobile commerce have not even been built upon. And so there's so many incredible countries that in the US are already multi-billion-dollar valuations, sometimes trillion-dollar valuations, that are not targeting the Pakistani population. And if we use our talent to actually build that for Pakistan and serve just Pakistan, which is 216 million people, that very iconic companies can be built. But we have to convince sort of the global audience that Pakistan is ready for it.
I think that sounds great. I think that was perfect. You're born for this. You've probably done it a few times.
Few times.
I think the